Hello, darlings. You are welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the secrets, lies, shocking betrayals, and emotional twists in Soulmate's upcoming episodes. Stories that will keep you at the very edge of your seats. From Renuka and Tejas' hidden jewelry scandal to Shakuntala's shocking betrayal. And Savitri's suffocating Roshni in her own web of lies to Sachin and Sayali's fortune finally taking a good turn. Every moment is charged with tension and emotion. Please like and turn on notifications for more of your favorites. Let's dive in. It all begins with Sayali and Sachin being accused of theft. As they visit a jewelry shop to sell a gold ornament, the situation quickly turns into chaos when the shopkeeper examines their jewelry and angrily declares it fake. Sayali stands there in shock, while Sachin, refusing to be humiliated, boldly tells him to go ahead and call the police. But how did it all come to this? Earlier that day, Sayali had received the same jewelry from Renuka, not knowing it wasn't real. Renuka had secretly replaced the original pieces with imitation ones to cover up Tejas' mistake. Tejas had pawned the jewelry earlier, but when he tried to retrieve it, he discovered it had already been melted. To protect herself and Tejas, Renuka decided to replace the original jewelry with a fake one instead. Now, the secret she worked so hard to hide is on the verge of being exposed. Sachin vents his anger and promises to get to the root of the matter at home. But Sayali pleads with him, asking him to promise he won't cause any scene about the fake jewelry until Savitri Devi returns home. Though unhappy, Sachin agrees for her sake. At home, Paresh decorates the house with Akash and Tejas to celebrate Savitri Devi's birthday. Renuka doesn't care much about the celebration and stays away, but she grows curious about where Sachin and Sayali went with the jewelry. When Sachin and Sayali return, Sayali warns him to stay calm. Still angry, Sachin watches Tejas closely, sensing something is wrong. Paresh thinks Sachin went to buy gifts for Savitri, but Sachin says they went somewhere else. Meanwhile, Roshni plans to buy a gift for Savitri, but Tejas refuses to spend money. Sachin feels sad because he can't afford a gift for his grandmother. The next day, Sachin goes to bring Savitri home. She notices his tense face, but he hides the truth. At home, Savitri is surprised and happy to see the decorations and everyone's warm welcome. Everyone wishes her except Renuka, who joins later with a puja plate to take blessings. Savitri gives gifts to everyone and announces she'll reward whoever gives her the best birthday gift. Hearing this, Sachin feels even more upset, knowing he couldn't buy her the gold chain he wanted. Later, Paresh is surprised to see Renuka suddenly full of energy and wanting to give a gift to her mother-in-law on her 75th birthday. At the same time, Tejas and Roshni also plan to surprise Savitri. Roshni wants to give her a makeover, but Tejas doesn't like the idea. He suggests finding Savitri's lost Navratna chain instead, believing it would make her happiest. Meanwhile, Renuka grows greedy after hearing that Savitri will reward whoever gives her the best gift. She doesn't want to spend money, so she asks her friend Shakuntala for an old TV to pass off as new. Tejas overhears their talk and is shocked by his mother's plan. Elsewhere, Akash decides to cook a special dish for Savitri. Sayali comes to the kitchen to ask for his help, and they both step out of the house for a while, leaving Tejas curious about what they're up to. Savitri, however, refuses Roshni's makeover idea, saying she doesn't like makeup. Still, Roshni insists, but Savitri starts asking about Roshni's family. When Roshni struggles to answer, Savitri grows suspicious. Meanwhile, everyone wonders where Sachin is. He hasn't answered his phone, worrying Sayali and upsetting Savitri. Renuka accuses him of being drunk, which angers both Sayali and Savitri. Despite the tension, Savitri finally gets ready for her celebration, looking beautiful and graceful. Everyone praises her, but the family remains uneasy as Sachin still hasn't come home. Paresh suggests they start the puja without him. But Savitri notices how much Sayali does, working around the house alone, and warns Renuka not to be unfair to her. As the family gets ready for Savitri's birthday, Sayali still wears her simple clothes. When asked about the jewelry Savitri gave her, Renuka and Tejas get nervous, afraid the truth about the fake jewelry might come out. Meanwhile, Shakuntala brings an old television to pass off as a new gift for Savitri, just as Renuka planned. Everyone is surprised by the gift, but Renuka and Shakuntala lie to cover up where it really came from. Akash cooks all the food himself, making Savitri very happy, while Renuka burns with jealousy. Tejas, on the other hand, still struggles to find the perfect gift for his grandmother. Sayali finally comes out wearing the fake jewelry after Savitri insists, and Savitri praises how beautiful she looks. Guests Shobha and Juhi arrive and are warmly welcomed by Savitri, though Renuka clearly dislikes their presence. Renuka insults Juhi, but Savitri quickly stops her. Juhi and Akash share a light moment, teasing each other, which Mamta notices and secretly disapproves of. When Mamta sees Sayali's jewelry, she mocks it, calling it fake. Renuka gets scared, but Savitri and Shobha defend Sayali, insisting the jewelry is real. Sayali grows worried because Sachin hasn't come home and isn't answering her calls. Juhi notices her sister's sadness and silently feels concerned for her. Everyone waits for him, especially since it's Savitri Devi's birthday. The celebration starts with family members giving their gifts. Savitri loves the sari from Shobha, but isn't impressed by the one Mamta gifts her. Then, Riya sends a beautiful cake, which adds more joy to the occasion. Even with all the excitement, Savitri refuses to cut the cake until Sachin arrives. Sayali keeps calling him, but he doesn't answer. Finally, Sachin calls back and tells her to bring everyone outside, building up the suspense. When the family gathers outside, Sachin drives in and surprises everyone. 3 elderly women step out of the car, and to Savitri's shock, they are her childhood friends. The emotional reunion fills the air with joy and tears. They hug, laugh, and dance together, reliving their old memories. Sayali praises Sachin for such a thoughtful surprise that brings pure happiness to their grandmother. Meanwhile, Renuka notices Tejas is missing. Soon, he appears with his gift, a gold Navratna chain that Savitri lost years ago. Everyone is stunned by the gift's value and meaning. Sachin feels a bit sad, knowing he couldn't afford anything so grand. Savitri finally cuts her birthday cake, and the celebration continues. Tejas boasts proudly about his gift, expecting praise. But Savitri's old friends thank Sachin instead, giving him small presents for reuniting them after so many years. Deeply moved, Savitri tells Sachin that no gift could make her happier than this reunion. She blesses him with all her heart, leaving Renuka and Tejas jealous and disappointed. In the final moments, Sayali reveals that she also has a surprise. Though Roshni doubts her, Sachin eagerly looks forward to it. Sayali then invites everyone to the rooftop, where she plays a heartfelt video filled with Savitri Devi's precious memories, leaving everyone emotional and deeply touched. But Tejas grows impatient. He asks Savitri about the special gift she promised, believing he'll get it since he gave her the expensive Navratna chain. Savitri opens a small box containing an old family coin, a symbol of their legacy. Renuka and Tejas both expect to receive it. Savitri thanks everyone for their gifts, praising Tejas for his chain. But when she mentions Sachin's name, she gets emotional again, saying his effort to reunite her childhood friends was priceless. She explains that love and togetherness are far more valuable than money. Then, to everyone's surprise, Savitri gives the precious family coin to Sachin and Sayali. Paresh proudly agrees with her choice, while Tejas and Renuka are left upset and jealous. That night, Sachin and Sayali talk about the gift. Sachin feels something is suspicious about Renuka's expensive present and decides to question Tejas about the fake jewelry. Sayali, however, pleads with him not to cause any more drama after such a happy day. Later, after dropping Savitri home, Sachin returns and stops Tejas and Roshni before they can leave for work. He demands answers about the jewelry. Hearing the argument, Renuka, Akash, and Riya gather around. Sachin asks Sayali to bring the jewelry and places it on the table. Paresh checks them and quickly realizes they're fake. Shocked, he asks why no one told him earlier. Sachin explains that he kept quiet to avoid spoiling Savitri's birthday. Renuka immediately pretends she knows nothing, twisting her words to blame Sayali for giving her fake jewelry. Sayali, furious and hurt, is left speechless at Renuka's lies. Later, Renuka storms into Tejas's room, angry and emotional, accusing him of abandoning her and leaving her to face the mess alone. Renuka demands that Tejas find the fake jewelry at any cost before their secret is exposed. Meanwhile, Sayali is furious over Renuka's false accusations and decides to find the truth herself. Together with Sachin, she goes to Riya and Akash for help. The four of them sit down to plan a way to expose the truth. Riya disguises her voice and calls Tejas, pretending to be from the jewelry store, asking for feedback. Caught off guard, Tejas avoids the questions and denies ever buying jewelry, leaving everyone more suspicious than before. When Tejas gets home, he tells Renuka about the strange phone call. Renuka panics, realizing someone might be investigating them. She fears Sachin could be behind it and warns Tejas to stay silent no matter what, terrified their lie could soon come out. But Sayali refuses to back down. The jewelry was a wedding gift from Savitri Devi, and losing it feels deeply personal. Believing Shakuntala might know something, Sayali and Sachin visit her house to get answers. Shakuntala tries to dodge their questions, but Sachin pushes further, using emotional pressure to make her reveal the truth about the fake jewelry. That's a wrap for now, fams. See you in the next. Much love.